So The Rock came out on NXT last night and pretty much told everybody who watches the show to just sit back, shut up, and take what we give you. That was his message. So I'm here to tell The Rock, not that he's ever going to listen to this, but Rock, no, we're not just going to take and go on this ride. The last time you conned us into doing that was a little movie called Black Adam, and your career has been in the toilet ever since that movie came out because you told people sit back, relax, the power is going to change, and then the movie just flat out did not do well. None of your movies have done well. None of them. Look at Red One, which just came out, had a bigger debut on Amazon Prime. I watched it over the Christmas holiday. It sucks. I would never pay any money to go see that. And apparently a lot of people did too because it was the biggest debut on Amazon Prime in the history of that streaming service. So nobody went and watched it on theaters. They were all ready to go watch it for free. Okay? So no, I'm not just going to sit back and take this shit. You've demolished two storylines that they spent years building. And here's the deal, folks. Triple H can't stop this. Triple H cannot stop this because The Rock outranks Triple H. The final boss is not just a gimmick. He is the final boss. He reports to I think Nick Khan even answers to him. The Rock only answers to one other guy, and that's Ari freaking Emanuel, the owner of it all. So him showing up, going, "Hey, you crying about Cody? Why are you nice to Cody?" Because you were a fucking heel the last time we saw you, dude. And this shit of Triple H coming out going, "We don't shy away from what we do. We admit that it's a work. We admit that it's a shoot. We admit that they're heels. We admit that they're baby faces." Yes, you can. Again, I draw back to fucking Law and Order or even The Walking Dead. When Negan first showed up, did he show up and goes, "Hi, y'all, you pissing your pants at? The heel is here. Look at old Rick. He's the baby face." No! No, they don't come. Macy's does not tell Gimbals, motherfuckers. I mean, come on. Yes, I know that's an old reference, but oh well. It does not work like that. It's not supposed to work like that. Yes, we know it's a work, but your job is to get us to suspend our disbelief to the point where we believe what you're doing is real. Law and Order has been doing this on daggone American television for what, 30 years now? 30 years now, Law and Order does this. The Breaking Bad show. I've never seen it, but we sit there going, that meth lab ain't real. No, we're buying into what Walter White's doing. We're rooting for the guy. I don't know. What's another show? Sons of Anarchy when it was on television. There were times where you hated Jax Teller. There were times where you loved Jax Teller. And it wasn't until the last two seasons where they screwed it all up that you're sitting there going, yes, the writing is terrible. Because the writing got to the point where you could not suspend your disbelief anymore. The writing got to the point where you were on Twitter looking at Kurt Sutter going, WTF? And guess what happened? The same thing happened with Vince McMahon until he got booted. But I'll give Vince McMahon credit for one thing. Yes, he came out in 98 and goes, good guys and bad guys are passe. They're shades of gray. He didn't come out there and go, baby faces and heels, and what we do is a work, but sometimes it's a shoot. Blah, blah, blah. No. So what you've done now is, and this is my proof that you've annihilated what casual audience is left. There is no they prove my point that I've been saying. There is no casual audience in wrestling. But at the same time, while we know it's a work, while we know there's heels, while we know there's baby faces, you don't need to smack us in the face with it. let us suspend our disbelief. They have dropped the ball from storyline standpoints. Yes, Netflix, you can have all the pyro and ballyhoo, and you can have a one night mega card all you want to. But next week, or the week after, or even this flipping Friday, when we got to get back into the swing of things regularly, you can't take away what you've done now. You can't sit there and just do a 180 on shit and expect people to fucking buy into it. Wrestling is in a boom period right now, and if you don't get a handle on it, WWE, if you can't afford to falter, you can't afford this many screw ups. Because guess what you're going to do? You're going to do what WCW did when they went away. Tens upon thousands of people tuning out, never to tune back in again. And if it happens now, they're not going to go to AEW. They already have shown that AEW sucks. They're not going to give it another try. There is nothing that AEW could do right now except for there's one thing they could do, and that's have Tony Khan step away, which is not going to happen. So people aren't going to go back to AEW. Guess what they're going to do? Click, 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 never to return again. You went from 3 million to 1 million in the course of 2 years. Or maybe not 2 years. I'll say 10 years. Since WC from 2001 to 2011. Now I'll say from 3 million to 1.5 million, 2 million. You've lost 1 million people and they're not coming back. Do you want to lose even more? Get your shit together. Stop telling people, shut up and go on this ride with me. Because guess what, Rock? Your ride sucks. Oh, guess what? You did a whole movie about a ride called Jungle Cruise. How'd that work out for you? It sucked. Your career has not been the same since. Your career is in the toilet right now. And it's been even more in the toilet since you and Oprah stood there in your palatial palace in Hawaii begging people for money. You got two of the biggest billionaires in the world going, please give me money. And that didn't help things either. The snowball has just constantly got bigger as it rolls downhill. And if you don't put up a roadblock, it's going to get so big that it's going to swallow you whole. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Triple H's comments. The Rock going on NXT and pretty much squashing everything. You can't go with Rock and Roman now. You can't go with Rock and Cody now. Because guess what? They're all friends. They're all friends now. And you can't keep flip-flopping going, oh, I'm a tweener. No, sorry. That excuse only gets you so far. And I don't want to hear the plans change bit. Okay, yeah, plans change. Triple H has said that they've known what they're doing since October. But the problem is, man, Triple H I don't blame Triple H at all for any of this. Because he has to do what The Rock tells him to do. Now, what I do blame him for, what I do blame Triple H for, is the heel babyface. We know what we are. We don't take ourselves too seriously. Yeah, there's a company called AEW that doesn't take themselves seriously at all. And look what it's done. Look what's happened, dude. Do you want to be painted as the next Vince McMahon? A guy who loses his creative touch and loses touch with reality? I don't want to see that happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We will see you down the road.